Somnolence is part of your normal circadian rhythms. Somnolence is beautiful, isn't it? That slightly drowsy state before you fall asleep proper. And slip into that light REM, repetitive eye movement sleep. Lethargy, clumsiness and slow mental processing, not so much fun on Valentine's Day. A sugar high is all fun and games until the resulting sugar crash affects the quality of your day. If you've ever noticed, on the back of all food it says carbohydrates, of which sugars. Sugars are a type of carbohydrate. Carbs crash and a carbs stupor can be quite similar. Alcohol isn't always sugar and alcohol isn't always carbs. But that somnolence can really ruin your drinking good times when you used to see that guy falling asleep in the nightclub and draw funny faces on his forehead, or that spiv pencil moustache. But surely you feel ashamed about now. That might have been. What a snowflake, very correctly, in their concern at least, refer to hypoglycemia. Your circadian rhythms is one thing, sleep. Your blood sugar rhythms is something completely different. You'll get this information when you look up diabetes, but that's difficult to differentiate between getting the information of how it all works for anyone not clinically diabetic on a scale, and someone that fudges around their insulin levels by injecting shit. Many types of alcohol are high in carbohydrates. Some packing in more
300
carbs
yards,
serving than
turn
soft
right
drinks,
onto
sweets
Overley
and
Road.
desserts. By itself, alcohol is not a carb, a fat or a protein. About 7 calories per gram. It's a myth that alcohol metabolises into sugar. Alcohol does significantly affect blood sugar levels, causing a yo-yo effect. Initially, alcohol raises blood sugar levels, but after the body processes the alcohol, blood sugar levels drop dramatically.
Take the next right onto Overley Road.
Break down fat. Fructose, sugar, may be far worse than ethanol. Similar to how the British are known for binge drinking, you may have a binge on sugars from time to time. Hopefully it isn't fully integrated into your diet with takeaway meals. If you're cooking at home like a grown-up, it's easy to substitute your potatoes, rice and bread for something else or more of other. If Now, cut out that glass of red wine for a month, and you might wonder, where is all half your life gone? You'll have to find productive ways of filling your time, because it'll seem like you've got so much of it. And then if you're a little older, there's your libido. Beware of your libido coming back if you're an older person that has a daily glass of wine and then stops. Those urges that you'd forgotten about can almost seem like a burden of how to manage them. Be careful not to make a nuisance of yourself. But that might be taken care of for you by those beans and pulses and the nuts. There's a new you're having porridge in the morning, and just a few nuts at lunchtime. Perhaps add a bit of spelt to your porridge for variety, or sprinkle some nuts, or some powder that you used to put in your NutriBullet. Vegetable NutriBullet, yes. Fruit, no. But you need your evening meal. That's what normal people do. They have a decent-sized evening meal. But why do I fall asleep for an hour after I've eaten my evening meal without fail? Is it to do with the glass of wine that I had before the meal? Is it the size of the meal? Can I manage to keep myself awake in that somnolence state by reading or watching a film? No. Can I hack? Somnolence takes over. I don't want to go too far into the tracheal. Serotonin, melatonin. This is like what you'd have in your happy pill. Is that second one what you get if you lie in the sun with vitamin D? The melanin in your skin. Well, you're not a million miles away. Is it because I'm black or not? Is it because my misguided mother used skin lightening cream on me when I was a baby? Well, there's probably a balance there between the unfortunate state of the world, how it responds to you, and that your genetic makeup needs more, and your new in millennial time period terms. Geographic location means that you find it more difficult to process vitamin D from the sun, because there isn't much. But it's a carbs stupor that helps you fall like the light switch to sleep after eating a reasonable sized meal. You notice this if you switch back from beans and pulses to breads, potatoes and rice. You have to stay off them for a good month, or two, even better. That fasting that you were doing during the day, that little handful of nuts or two, nuts actually lower your body sugars. Don't get hyper and hypo confused. But you need to keep lowering your body sugars. Make sure you don't faint or something. I think the first sign is getting up too quickly. But don't change anything, just be a little bit more careful. Changing your diet and driving, it'd be a real over-exaggeration to say that there's any problem with that. But this conservative measure, and the porridge in the morning, makes it more conservative. If you have milk, obviously no honey. You could have savoury porridge with bacon. Yes, proteins sort of get broken down into sugars, but crisp bread, Ryvita type things, which you might want to take to detox your system with their absorptive powers of sugars as well, at that sort of rate of proteins being turned into sugars. Anything over 10 grams per 100 grams of which sugars on the back of the packet, stay away from it. So you're alright with 85% chocolate. You need to do that fasting during the day though, really, of some effort. And the nuts just keep up your concentration. You'll notice you have so much more time if you're cutting out those post-evening meal snoozes. With the beans and pulses substitution, you'll feel so much better in yourself, and everything else on the plate is as normal. Now, Now, cut out that glass of red wine for a month, and you might wonder, where is all half your life gone? You'll have to find productive ways of filling your time, because it'll seem like you've got so much of it. And then if you're a little older, there's your libido. Beware of your libido coming back if you're an older person that has a daily glass of wine and then stops. Those urges that you'd forgotten about can almost seem like a burden of how to manage them. Be careful not to make a nuisance of yourself. But that might be taken care of for you by those beans and pulses and the nuts. There's a new fragrance, a new scent to your farts. And there may be more farts because of the beans and pulses. But I think it's the nuts that really add the sour note. Obviously, any little treat of sourdough bread, you'll notice the carbs stupor. If you're making your own sourdough bread, it's fresh, and you'll notice that sourdough smell that the yeast has before you bake it, after you've eaten it. Can you pick out from this selection of evening meals the good and the bad and the downright decadent? Decadent.
Shake me again. I hope that you have been the kind of person you really are now. I'll be so good. Oh, I wish I could get the message over to you.